Ha Come on in. Yes, yes, yes. Come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thursday night, my favorite night of the week, the New Eureka Poets Cafe, the place to be virtually. And it has been a good time. We have certainly had some amazing moments together, and the adventure continues. Thursday night online open mic. I'm just so happy to be here. It was a wonderful day in New York City, the weather. I'm dressed like it's summertime because I was feeling it. On top of the fact that my washer hasn't been working since the pandemic, since the flood. But I finally got that going. Been writing. Last night was the blood moon, the hunter's moon. And I hope it brought magic into your world. I was by the waterside yesterday and just taking it all in. And yeah, New Eureka Poets Cafe. I am so happy to be here. So if you're ready for some poetry, get yourself ready, get a little, water with lemon like I got, or get a little coffee, a little tea, sit down with us, people watching on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Sit down. We are bringing the show into your living room. And it is I, Caridad de la Luz, La Bruja, your hostess with the mostest that be toasting and boasting, because Thursday night is so hot, it's roasting. We got a long list of open micers, but we've been implementing a new thing, which is the suicide round. And that last week was popping. For those of you that don't know what the suicide round is, I used to do this live at the New Eureka Poets Cafe when I would host live. And, I try to get everybody on. Back then, instead of a waiting list, there would be a line outside and people would stand out there for hours just to get on the list. But I know, people come from all over the world to get onto the open mic, and they would be like, oh, is there any way that I could get on the list? And so then I implemented the suicide round because it's to die for. I give everybody a chance. On stage, I would only give them 1 minute. And depending on how far we go, I think I'm going to give you 2 minutes if you're on that portion, so that everybody gets a chance. Oh, Poetaku. Yeah. Suicide round, baby. If you got something for 2 minutes. Okay. You got a new shit Halloween poetry movie. Ooh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. So yeah, everybody that's on the regular list has 4 minutes max to do their thing. If you end at 3 minutes, that's great too. Let everybody know how to follow you. If it's some new shit, let us know that it's new shit and we will yell new shit. If it's some old shit, semi-old shit, whatever shit it is, let us know and we will support you in that shit. If it's your first time ever, you let us know, let me know. And if you want me to sing the Pop the Cherry song to, get you ready, I will do that. It's kind of ceremonial. We will induct you into the Pandemic Poet Society by singing the Pop the Cherry song for you. So, yep, got the suicide round. It's gonna be lit. We got a wonderful list. Thursday night is notorious because just about anything goes. All styles are welcome, and we welcome the strange over the mundane any day. And of course, we try to, keep love in the room, avoid hate speech. And, but, it was brought to my attention that there be drama behind the scenes with you guys. Like, there's always drama. It's like high school or even 5th grade. And if you got daggers to throw, that's what hip hop is like. Like, don't come to, I'm not here to police anybody's beef. Y'all handle that poetically, if you will. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Amanda says, leave the drama at the damn door. But hey, drama is fun to watch. I'll get the popcorn. But can't handle the heat. You got to stay out the kitchen. Otherwise, bring something to put onto the fire, boo. Let's see what's good. All right. 5 minutes already past 9. I won't take up any much more of your time. No Mexican novelas, Profesor de Sosomo. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the list is up. It's in the chat. And I would like to thank our sponsors, National Endowment for the Arts, Council on the Arts, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, New York Community Trust. And if you would like to make a donation, please visit us at nuyorican.org/contribute. And follow me if you're not following me already, which would be just ridiculous. La Bruja NYC. I still got my Bruja masks for sale. They are $20 and $5 for shipping. And all the funds go to charity because caridad means charity in Spanish. But it goes to a good cause. I'm doing a lot of good work, still doing my, my El Garaje, my art center in the back. Thank you, Hilda. You're following me? Wonderful. Okay, now we're 6 minutes in. First on the list is Julia Parsley. Let's see if Julia is here and we will unmute her. Yes, she is. She was in the suicide round last week and wow, the vulnerability. Let's see what's good with Julia. I'm glad you're back.
Hello, I'm doing okay. All right. I've got some new things, so that's exciting. I tried a new method. I just kind of spoke into my phone and then wrote it down. So let's see how this goes, I guess.
Ooh, new shit for Julia. Let's hear it.
All right, so I've got 2 poems. This first one's called Hurricane Partner. You are the kind of person that makes me want to implode. I said that a couple weeks ago when I was trying to admit that this wasn't working. I used to drink until I was blackout to get you to look in my direction, and you still didn't ride the train with me all the way to my home. I've been saying since June, you're only there when I'm in a crisis, and when things are good, you disappear. It's like the inverse of a fair weather friend, hurricane partner. All right, and here is the second one. This is called Gravity. I regret nothing. I've said that several times in my poems to you and in my caption on Instagram, but I do regret one thing. I regret saying to you while you were dumping me that I was a dying star, because that was a lie. It excluded a really important contextual fact that made it a false statement. And that fact was that I am not a dying star. I am a star that is just starting to be born. However, you are a black hole. And anything that gets too close to a black hole gets sucked in past the event horizon. And me, a young star orbiting you, a black hole, started to lose parts of its plasma and my energy started to get sucked in. I was falling apart, I was dying, but I was dying because of you. You were killing me, I wasn't dying on my own. You were ripping me apart. I wasn't a dying star, you were a dead star. I had just gotten a little too close, and that's the truth. That's it.
Ooh, I love it. Your poetry has led you to much healing and recovery. I know breakups suck. Yeah. They do suck the life out of you, but you're looking fabulous and sounding fabulous tonight. So thank you, Julia. You did that shit. Isn't poetry healing? Come on. Love it. Let people know how to follow you in the chat if you'd like. And now let's see. Cecil Hutchinson is actually the lantern carrier. Let's unmute. You there, Cecil? Lantern carrier?
Yes.
Hello.
Thank you. Hello, how are you?
Very well, good to see you. What part of the world are you in again?
The UK, London, UK.
Woo, London Bridges, baby.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you. So, recalling memories and images. Some stories remind me of torrential rain, for they run down the faces of my ancestral women, a river of scarlet tears of foreign intrusions, saturating their emotions, suffering the loss of self-worth, their bodies drenched and sullied with the indignity of abuse. Some stories remind me of hurricanes. I can still hear the howls like waves of fierce currents, crushing against the smooth melanin of my ancestors, leaving a wailing sound like fierce tornadoes, scars of deep wounds and devastation in its wake. Some stories remind me of funerals, sad, poignant, slow and deliberate, like the smell of millions dying from enforced journeys on transatlantic ships, parked like sardines, burdened with unmentionable fetters across continents by foreign intruders, enslaving and victimizing them for over 500 years. Some stories remind me of fragrances, found amidst jasmines and lavenders across Derbyshire dales and meadows of spring, filled with the enchantment of starlings, canaries, and nightingales. They're a symphony of amazing grace, healing the weary hearts of an enslaved people, a respite for the spirit, touched and nourished by the light of paradise amidst heavy and almost impossible odds. Some stories remind me of diamonds, like poetry, coming directly from songs of the spirit, teaching us that there is nothing greater than love, that brutal force cannot stop the inner fire of fortitude, that compassion is the mercy of heaven, addressing our quest for healing, equality, and justice. Some stories inspire visions, like an emancipation act we know is not meaningful enough, but is nevertheless a temporary breeze in an otherwise daily and intense ordeal of systemic disparity and segregation, of living in ghettos and slums, displaced and marginalized as a people. Yet all we ever sung are the songs of mutual cooperation, of harmony and oneness, knowing that no one is an island, that we are all one spirit connected by the light of the Most High Emperor itself, facing our daily struggles in dark tunnels, yet with a glimmer of the wings of hope for tomorrow's radiant sunrise. All this with an undaunted flame within, a belief in the resilience of our ancestors, the glories and wonders of a golden realm, where the toil and cries of an incessant labors add to the merits of our liberty. Stories that speak of a truth that we are not born slaves, but unconquerable shafts of the immortal, whose birthright was, is, and will always be a perennial freedom, greater than a million sparkling moons and stars. I do not want to know. I do not want to understand. I just want to be free. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Woo, that gave me chills. Lantern Carrier, profound realness. And that last portion, your voice was just resonating and reverberating through my cells. Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias, Mimi.
Thank you so much. All the way from New York City to London. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, I see was on the list, but I don't see. I see in the chat. So we're going to go to Adriana.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hello, my name is Adriana. Today I have actually an original song called Pray. So poetry in motion, if you will. So here we go.
How exciting. What instrument are you playing today?
Ukulele.
Ooh, and where are you tonight in the world?
I'm actually East Harlem.
Okay.
Here in the city.
Adriana, let's hear it. I'm so excited.
Thank you. He knows his place, and I will say we made mistakes. I'm wide awake. I know your game, 'cause astray. I don't know who told you to wait. So pray, pray I don't break, 'cause I will say everything I think. Like I'm winning now here, betting what you do, ignoring how you feeling, slaying now here. You're thinking about my feelings, thinking how I'm feeling, say it's unfair. Saying that I think you're perfect, but you're just laying my fears. I'm playing dumb here. I don't know what's in me, I don't know what's in you, your play is unreal. I don't know what to do, you don't know what to do, you say it's unreal. Shade out here. So pray, pray I don't break, 'cause I can't take your ugly ways. 'Cause how can you say you don't care? What are the right words to pair? I just can't get out of my mind how you chose to unwind. You had it feeling unfair. Say you don't care. Makes it easier when I have to be unfair. Don't break, don't bend, 'cause I'm winning out here. Forgetting what you do, ignoring how you're feeling, slaying out here. You're seeing how I'm doing, thinking about my feelings, say it's unfair. Saying that I think you're perfect, but you're just relaying my fears. So pray. Thank you.
Oh, snap! Adriana, you ripped it!
Thank you so much. I messed up a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay.
No, what? No, you didn't mess up. You didn't mess up. You brought it. You brought the fire. Let everybody know how to follow you. That was so beautiful.
I have
Wow.
a little written out song. I have a website, aadelinemusic.com. You can follow me. I have an album out and a single out. So you're more than welcome to follow me on Instagram, TikTok. And I love your support. So thank you all so much.
And much deserved. Thank you for sharing. You lit it up. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, you know, Joski C is coming next, and Joski C is no stranger to our open mics. And I think Joski C is, you know, could definitely follow after that, because he's brought so much peace, love, and music to our open mics. But that was fire, right, Joski C?
That was fire. Oh my goodness, it was so beautiful.
Wow. How you doing, Joski?
I'm doing good, Bruja. How are you?
I'm very well. I feel good today, really good.
That's wonderful. I'm really happy to see you.
So what you gonna do for us tonight?
So I'm thinking after that, I'm gonna do some poetry tonight. And I'm gonna start with a haiku. So this is about all the people running to the veterinarian looking for dewormer medicine in order to prevent or treat COVID. Beats me. This is called Vet. So the vet says, wow, are you a horse or a cow? Worms aren't your problem. So there's that. This is called Lift It Up. And I wrote this after meeting with some of the Nuyo family when we were in New York recently. Big metal bird, rise from the runway, our hearts lifted up by the poets we met. The heart of a poem is the poet's heart, and the poet's mouth and the poet's tongue. We came as we are, with our sins and our scars, when the poets lifted us up. So we don't need no big metal bird to soar like the words of a poem. And the poet's heart and the poet's tongue, lifting us up, we come as we are, with our sins and our scars, accepted by love, lifted up. And lastly, sorry. This is something new. This is called alcohol's pronouns. Alcohol's pronouns: he, him, she, her, they, them. You are not afraid of alcohol, but I am. I've stared into its jaundiced eye, cradled heavy yellow limbs. My fingers left divots in the doughy skin. Encephalopathic mumble and groan. You miss them, but you can't call home. Got no numbers, got no phone. I'm fucked, you're fucked. He, him is fucked. She, her is fucked. They, them are fucked. Okay, now I've said enough, except the pain lingers. You are not afraid of alcohol, but I am.
Yes, Joski C. No riff. Give me a little riff though. Come on, you can't hold a guitar now. Joski C, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of enjoyed hearing you say the F word. It gave me pleasure. Thank you so much.
You know what? It gave me pleasure too.
Awesome. Joski C. Much
you,
love. Mwah.
Appreciate you. Much love for you.
What a trip. Okay. Denise Washington, where you at?
Right here.
Hey. How you doing?
Good to see you. Good to see you. I see all these beautiful strings tonight.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing for us tonight? Where are you? Tell me everything.
Okay, yes, I am in LA. I'm in Los Angeles. So what up on the West Coast? And I'm going to do this poem. This came out during the Cuban Rising. I was feeling a type of way. So this is called Neighbor. This is for you, this is for us. This is for those with the darkest hues. This is for you, this is for us. This is for those with the richest of colors. This is for you, this is for us. This is for those with the tiniest of curls. This is for you, this is for us, the diaspora, descendants all across the world. This is for flared nostrils and low bridges. This is for thick, full, plump lipses. This is for colored gums, brown lines, thick thighs and wide hipses. This is for butterscotch, caramel, and red bone, for orange, red, blue, and purple undertones. This is for espresso, blackberry colored skin. This is for pecan, almond, pink, and light skin. For all shades, TV or not, magazine or not, we see you with our own eyes. This is for almond-shaped eyes. This is for mother. This is for pride. This is for places. This is for spaces. This is for city, for communities. For zydeco rural forms, city or country, that spot in the burb where you hang, where you be. This is for beauty shops, satin and silk caps. This is for barber shops, do-rags and wave caps. This is for kinks, naps, waves, curls, all across the world. This is for the school. This is for the park. This is for that dance, for that ink, for that can, for that art, for the neighborhood. This is for your hood. This is for the corner store, for the what's good. This is for the church where you sing, where you give. This is for the block where you stand, where you walk, where you live. This is for home. This is for trust. This is for peace. This is for us. This is for remember when, for moments of time. This is for thoughts. This is for the mind. This is for concepts of which you can't see. This is what you feel when you can and can't be. Question, what if you didn't have any of this anymore and you couldn't do any of the above? Answer, freedom. We don't even hold it dear because for us, it's just like breathing air. We don't even think of it. Ancestors died for it. People actually fought for it. Now we stand in it. No idea of what it's like for freedom of conversation to have to fight. For freedom of walking, no idea what that's like. What if a dictator took hold of office? After last elections, we all know it's possible, and basic rights were taken away. Places you couldn't go, things you could not do, words you could not say. And they started to tell you what you did and did not know. Then stopped travel so you could not go. Turned off the internet so you could not show. And you could not watch what you want on your TV. No YouTube, no Facebook, no Twitter, no IG. Only information filtered on its way to you. No way to discern, to tell the truth. But this is America, generations away from that, when only one election could take it all back. Then America would not be America anymore. No more hopping walls, planes, or boats to these shores. And where would we go? Who would help us, this nation, and who all other nations trust? So don't mind this little country right next door, across the water, on opposite shores, only country right across a water fence, treating its people past tense. Closest wadi across, a body of water, closer than Hawaii, even Alaska is farther. Hawaii to Alaska, 1573. Hawaii to California, 2300. See, Cuba to America, only 1523. So be as kind, be as neighborly. We always hear of Canada and Mexico, but Cuba's a neighbor too, for sure, a show. To help Cuba, it makes sense. Our neighbors across the water fence. Our own neighbors getting stuck in time. Our own neighbors staring behind the line. After 2020, no more only for Black laws anymore. No more not letting Black immigrants to these shores. This is for Cuba. This is for us. This is for America, for in God we trust. This is for kinks, naps, waves, curls, all across the world. Cuba is a neighbor too.
Woo! Jeez. Oh my goodness, that you rose my temperature. Like I felt the inspiration, and I'm actually yes, I'm named after the patron saint of Cuba, La Caridad del Cobre.
Oh my gosh, that is
Yeah,
beautiful.
Cuba,
That's what I'm talking about.
Cuba is a magical place. Que viva, que viva.
I would love to go sometime.
It is magical, and after a tribute like that, you know, it's got to be in the cards for you.
Girl, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yes, thank you so much, Denise, all the way in
Thank
LA,
you.
bringing
Thank
it
you.
into the room.
Thank
Much
you.
love.
Thank you. Thank you all. I'm at Denise L. Washington on IG.
Follow Denise L. Washington. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Vincent is in the room. Let's see what's good with Vincent.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, he's back.
Listen, I don't have a job right now, so I have time. Once I get one, it might be a little sporadic, but for now I got to take advantage.
We're here. We are here for it.
I appreciate it, honestly. I don't know how I'm going to follow all that up, but I'll give it a shallow attempt. I got two really short ones tonight. I've been thinking a lot about my daughter's mother lately. She passed about 4 years ago, and I kind of explore like the bittersweet side thing, all like the memories, but it's also still shitty. And so this one's called Shell Casing. Heartfelt eulogies flood my synapses. Your spirit lives on in teary-eyed anecdotes and remnants of reminiscence my lungs have learned to live on. I choke on your memory, subduing to its tantalizing whisper, suffocating on the lumped regret lodged in my throat. Your name is treason. But give me liberty or give me death. Give me candid Polaroids wilted from the midday sun. Give me the too small band tee I keep in the back of my closet when my parabolic emotions curve a linear perception of what we were as easily as aluminum foil. Give me the reminder that you were gone whenever my demented mind forgets that you were ever even here. Most of all, give me the rusted out pistol we played Russian roulette with, and I'll pray that my trigger happy obstinance can survive the blast. But just in case, I scribbled your name on the bullet. You'll always be on my mind. And that is the first one. Second one is it's called Idle Goddess. It's about like putting your time into things that you shouldn't, basically. I try to hold on to a belief you gave me, a belief there's more than flatlining faith in invisible gods. Your voice, a halfway house homily, spelled out the wonderment of the eternal paradise your embrace provided. But actions speak louder than words, and you're nowhere to be found. I've searched every dimly lit street corner, scoured every crack den I could find, listening to every based out sermon in search of salvation. Your church slammed its doors in my face, extinguished every smudge stick and candle, rang its bells at 3 p.m. for what would be the last time, leaving this parishioner with more questions than answers. I try to hold on to a belief you gave me. My conviction is hemorrhaging on the granite steps of your temple, my swollen knees no longer able to take the abuse, my hands unrecognizable as their calluses pop from gripping onto every half-hearted speech you ever gave. How was I ever convinced our morality would withstand the test of time? And that's faith. Then where the fuck are you now? Thank you.
Oh, Vincent. Yo, that was deep, man. And like, my condolences.
I honestly, I really appreciate it. Like I said, I get really nervous when I do stuff like this. So it's like, I want to conquer my fears a little bit. Plus I love poetry. It's been a passion of mine since I was like 7 or 8 years old. So I really do appreciate it, honestly.
Well, you are so welcome here. You are one of us. You're a natural, and that was.
If you feel so inclined, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Permaburned Poetry. I'll put it in the chat too, but it's pretty simple. And I would greatly appreciate that. I'm just a little kid from New Haven, Connecticut, like trying to make a little name,
Well, this is a great start. You're being watched all over Facebook and YouTube, and it lives on and on. So you did that.
Cheers. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay. Thank you, Vincent. Slamming. Okay. Oh, I see Tabo Bo just entered the room. I was wondering where he was at, but we're going to go with Elise and then go back to Tabo. Hi, Elise.
Hi. I've missed you all so much.
Miss you too, sweetheart. How you been doing?
Good. Happy to be here, guys. I got two short poems for you tonight. First one is from the new book, When Wolves Become Birds. It's out now. I'll drop that all in the chat after. This is called I Will Edit Manuscripts, but I Will Not Edit Myself. I do not wish for snapshots. I want the whole damn panorama, the extended cut, the unedited scroll you let roll forth from the typewriter like a carpet you do not have pulled out from under you. And I want the dust you swept under that carpet when your mother wasn't looking, when you grew tired of the nagging, after you unpacked all the boxes of your body you kept closed up, taped shut, because you've been so afraid to unpack your baggage and buy furniture with sturdy legs that will dent the carpet, legs that might scratch that hardwood if you don't first lay down some velvet to buffer it. I say refuse all buffers, like bowling without bumpers, like sometimes I don't care if my ball lies in the gutter, scream guttural. If today you cracked the mirror and didn't like the imperfect reflection, scream if it makes you feel better, because hawks don't consider the eardrums of earthworms. They scream because they are flying high and they are hunting. They are taking all that opportunity has laid before them because God gave them claws. So do not retract yours. We have deemed declawing inhumane. So what if you scratch a little, if you sting a little, if the blood reminds the spineless you are still here?
Ooh. Those were your two pieces?
One more for you.
That was one. Oh, okay. I thought, okay, great.
Okay, this is called Shark in Shallow Waters. This is some new shit. How far in delicacy we must look. So glittering feast for silver handcuffs like fish hooks on the fishing lines of Met Police. Our fleshy white meat scattered like bait in the woods. We all clenched jaw, shark teeth keys now, double rows of razor sharp between knuckles, dragged up on the dock and weighed. Price gauged for market. Fish eye frozen on a casket of ice, $2.99 a pound. What do we taste like? Watch how deftly the fisherman scrapes our scales and commits to our deboning. The sharp metallic knife in our blood, just trying to cut a path back home. Thank you.
That new shit was fire. New shit by Elise. Get that book, follow. Let them know how to follow you. Get that book one more time. And I know Tabo Bo is in the room. I see Rosalind just got into the room and they're both on the list. Let me know, Rosalind, if you're ready to go. I know Tabo Bo needs a little time, but yeah, let them know, Elise.
All right, I'll drop it in the chat, guys. Thank you.
Woo, great to see you, sweetheart. Keep it up. Keep doing it. Okay. And if there's anybody that's in the chat that is not on the list and you really want to perform, you know, I'm going to do the suicide round at the end. Last week, it was hot. I give you 2 minutes to just spit straight fire. I time you, and because I want everybody to get a chance to be heard. So let me know. Rosalind, are you ready to go, or should we go down the list and then return to you? Ready. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. And I just got Rosalind on the lineup for Dia de los Muertos at El Museo del Barrio on October 30th at 6:30 p.m. In conjunction with Viajero, the artist, and I think Paul Conqueso confirmed, and Chilo Cajigas from the Grito de Poetas is going to be with us. So it's going to be a really good night.
Hey.
Hey, Rosalind, you don't play no games. She's like, I'm in, I'm ready, boom.
I'm in. I've been trying to, you know, just less words. More impactful though. All right, so this one I'm gonna do, I might fit into, but anyway. Dulce Dichos, Tango is the title. And it goes like this. All of life's greatest lessons are followed by the same. Aprende, mija, que no te voy a durar toda la vida. It's such a cruel reminder, and yet it has led so many teachable moments. It was a signature after so many recipes, growth opportunities branded in my memory. Somehow we learned to tango with the truth, and I'm able to mouth your comebacks as they come out of you. That's one. And sorry guys. I'm gonna do Return to Sender. It goes, home, a feeling, not a place. Feeling of safety in a space that encourages authenticity and the liberty to be perfectly imperfect and still loved the same, where words don't act as a ball and chain and conditions never imprison. And we leave our armor at the door because love has evicted war, and that soldier doesn't live here anymore. Do I have time for one more?
I believe you do. And that shit was fire, by the way.
Thank you. This one is Journey, and it goes like this. I'm learning to pack light. I'm learning that the weight of my luggage now leaves more room for souvenirs. I'm learning to let the excitement of the destination be bigger than my fears. I vacation different now. Not worried about where I've been, just looking forward to where I'm going. End poem.
And you are going far. Rosalind Diaz through her big brown eyes.
My book comes out this winter, guys. I cannot wait. Go get it once it comes out.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will support you in that. Thank you so much, Rosalind, and I'll be seeing you in person soon.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, Bo got into the chat room and he's ready to rock. Let's see what's good.
Hello, everybody. How y'all been?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good. It's been a while. I've been a little busy. Quick announcement, I guess. I have my first unofficial MMA fight this Saturday, so I've been kind of busy training for that.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's been getting a little hectic, so I've been training for that.
Yo, okay, sending you much energy.
Thank you. So depending on how I do, I'm probably gonna get into the cage in January. So I'm gonna fight someone this Saturday, and then hopefully, you know, fingers crossed we do well, and then comes January 11th, I believe, I get to fight in the cage, in the actual cage. So that'll be fun. But today, I wanted to read this poem a while ago, but I've been, like I said, I haven't really been participating, and I've been meaning to. But this poem I wanted to read during Indigenous Day. There was this topic. I participated in this poetry class a while ago, and the topic was write something that you learned as a kid, and when you're grown out to be an adult, it didn't turn out to be true or something like that. And so the first thing that came up to my head was Columbus. You know, when we were kids, we learned that 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue and he discovered America. But as we get older, we realize that that's not really the case. And so this poem kind of details that, I guess. So this piece is called To Columbus. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Yeah, I sailed the ocean blue my ass. Shit, the only thing you discovered was remnants from the past you destroyed, the past you raped, the past you killed. And did you even feel any remorse? And yet here we are today, over 500 years later, learning about you and how much of a god you basically are. I mean, you did predict when the world was gonna end, right? Or should I say deceived? Because that's exactly what you did. You told the natives that if they didn't feed you, the gods would turn their backs on them. But really, you used the knowledge of the occurrence of a lunar eclipse, and in fear, the natives provided you with food. Food you couldn't fend for yourself. Food you had no idea of growing because you are the ignorant, selfish, little. You see, you took advantage of them. Why would a god do that? Why would a god commit a genocide for hundreds of years to come? They were generous. You were hopeless. They were the natives and you were the immigrants. They helped you at your lowest and you just weren't grateful. So fuck you, Christopher Columbus. Fuck your fake ass explorer. Fuck you and fuck what you stood for. Thank you, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Say that shit. We are all anti-Columbus right here. I was doing, I was doing open mics, fuck Columbus open mics years ago. I mean, man, like at least 15 years ago, I started doing that. And it's just so great to see how, people are finally respecting the Indigenous First Nation people. It's been a long fight, but it's happening. And every poem, every statement just takes us one step closer to the truth. So thank you, Bo, for that. And be careful in that fight. You don't want to hurt the pretty face. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I'll this face will be intact. I'll make sure to dodge as much as I can.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It takes courage, man. Shit.
I love it. Honestly, it's very humbling. It's a very humbling experience. I get to learn a lot, so.
Good for you. The discipline is real. Yeah. Great poem. Thank you, Bo. See you soon.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear how it all worked out.
Yes, ma'am. Of course. I'll be here next Thursday.
Okay, cool. All right. So now let's go with Ron Trankler Thompson.
Yes, and maybe Tabo can fight his opponent with poetry, much more powerful than using the fists, right?
How are you, Ron?
Exactly. So great to see you, La Brua. I haven't performed here on Thursday the last few weeks, but I've always watched you guys, always motivating. I'm so glad Edward had in you. We need you. Every Monday and Thursday, you are what keeps us together here. So I appreciate that.
Oh, sweet. I'm so glad you're here. What you gonna do for us tonight?
I'm going to do 2 short poems. Before I forget, after my poetry, I do teach a workshop next week with The Word is Right, which is Marissa Prada's organization, a Halloween writing. And this Sunday, I also have a short stage play performed by 2 actors. I wrote the stage play. And the reason I'm mentioning it because I consider myself a writer. I do write other things, but every time I come on Thursdays and Mondays, I always end up with poetry. So you got me, La Brua. So I'm going to have 2 short poems. The first one is a little modified version, what I read on Monday. Here we go. If you read a poem to a man or a woman, you nourish their mind for a day or 2. If you teach them to write lines all on their own, you feed them for a week anew. If you ask a writer to pour out their emotion and to be brave to convey a feeling, it tickles their creative muscles during the month, work on their issues, all very healing. Ask him or her or them to share their stories and poems. Let them never be afraid to show happiness or pain. Allow them to perform their words in an open mic, and they will be fulfilled throughout the year, over and over again. And that's the end of the first one. Thank you. And the second one, I guess you can call it new stuff, or the other word that you use. I wrote a little bit earlier today. It's called Shine On. And after I finished writing it, I'm like, oh my God, that sounds exactly how Unmesh would convey his feeling. I know we're going to hear him in 2 or 3. So this is my happiness style. I hope I can make you feel happy. Here we go. Shine On. Shine on, writer, have courage, shine your light, pull out your deepest thoughts, and don't be afraid to write. Even if you do not see light in everything you do, keep writing. It will free you from the stuck glue. Don't be afraid to pen down those silly or happy or serious lines. Others may not understand, but at least you are out of your own confines. Spread your love, reveal your hurt, shine your cure as best as you can. Your fearlessness may be the mental medicine or remedy for another woman or man. Be confident, be smart, be resilient, and keep going. Never ever worry or think of stopping or slowing. Of course, take a rest when needed to recharge and refuel your light. In the meantime, bring out your inner beauty and keep shining bright. And that's it from me today. Thank you.
Yes, Ron! How encouraging and amazing. Thank you for that.
Thank you. You're
And
welcome.
That was new shit. It was fire. It was sweet, powerful. You could see it in the chat how people are inspired. Ron, you're a good one.
So are you. Thank you, La Brua. I appreciate you.
Woo! Sweet, 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 sweet. Okay. Now let's see what's good with Catman Bill. Let's see if it's smoky, is it smutty, what is it tonight?
No, I've retired that for a while.
You look like you got some fur on your strings there.
Well, this fur goes to one of my cats, and it's just reminds me of something.
Oh.
But so I could be singing about Ahmaud Arbery through the words of George Zimmerman. It's the same game. with blacks in a Florida night. But George Zimmerman said it wasn't his fight. I was just out to help the neighbors, he said. These assholes always get away instead. But what's that say about the new law in town that lets you shoot anybody down? He looks suspicious, just going home. But you're straight with the law when you stand your ground. Trayvon Martin walked home from the store, Skittles in hand, nothing more. Not knowing what was about to unwind, as he stepped into the night for one last time. But what's that say about the new law in town that lets you shoot anybody down? He looks suspicious, just going home. But you're straight with the law when you stand your ground. Zimmerman is the vigilante gun, feels empowered but protects no one. Starts to track Trayvon in the dark. A fight begins, he shoots him through the heart. But in Florida, there's a place you can hide. Gives you permission to shoot far and wide. He looks suspicious, just going home. But you're straight with the law when you stand your ground. Mark O'Mara argued for the defense. Said Zimmerman had used common sense. He had no choice, he was on the ground, getting his face pounded down. But what's that say about the new law in town that lets you shoot anybody down? Court adjourns, the trial done. No law found broke neath the Florida sun. No law found broke neath the Florida sun.
Catman Bill, that was beautiful. Oh man. Bravo, Catman Bill.
Thank you. I don't have a lot to say about.
You said a lot with that song though, and you know, you could see it in the chat. People, like Lena said, no truer words sung. Thank you. And the delivery, and you know, even the riffs, yo.
Thank you.
You did it. Thank you. Good to see you. Sending you a hug, Catman Bill. Okay? Yes. All right. Well, from Catman Bill to Bill Elkins out in Cali. Bill, are you there? Bill Elkins.
I'm here. I'm here. Okay. Wow. Okay, hard to follow that song up.
Hey,
Okay.
you gotta bring it. What are you doing? An original?
I'm gonna do a song that's last week I did one that was sort of like a post-mortem for my girlfriend's sister. Today I'm gonna do a sort of a post-mortem for a dog, my sister's dog. It's entitled, a song I wrote entitled My Diamond on Black Velvet. Hope you like it. Testing, 1, 2, okay. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. Oh yes, I would.
I kissed you quickly, afraid of your body, in terminal sedation. Rest my traveling animal like a diamond on black velvet, silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. No longer greeting, 4 feet heavenward. Time to lick the wounds of mortal agony. Find meaning to your loss, like a diamond on black velvet. My beast with cause, my beast with purpose. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. If I could, I would. Under the guise of snow, the gray clouds pass like a brooding poet, impossible to weep. No longer life behold, your journey is accomplished. You are silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. Glance the others wistfully sigh and are confused and restless. Your absence leaves a void which they struggle to overcome. You are their diamond on black velvet, 'cause they love and miss you so. They are silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. I am in angst, waiting for the rain, waiting for the white rain to fall like diamonds onto black velvet. Yeah, to fall like diamonds on black velvet. My dearest Francine Blanche, you're my precious diamond, my diamond on black velvet. Yeah, you're my precious diamond, my diamond on black velvet. You're my precious diamond, my diamond on black velvet.
Thank you very much. Phil Elkins, that was a bop. I was like,
I gotta change the tempo once in a while.
I liked it. That was really cool. Diamond on black velvet.
Thank you.
Yes. Phil
I'm glad
Elkins,
you liked it.
so much. You ripped it. Our musicians are bringing the A game tonight. I must say, the strings are real, right? Yeah, it had a 70s sound. It had like, it was like a timeless, like I didn't know where to put it. It could have been 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today. Diamond on black velvet. Okay. Well. If I could weep, I would. I have wept, but not today. Generalissimo Brian Franco.
Well, I didn't realize I was so soon, my brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not ready?
No, I'm totally ready. I'm always
Okay,
ready.
good.
I'm
Well,
always ready. I'm always ready for you, baby.
Ooh.
You're my witch.
Yes, I am.
You're everybody's witch. That's nothing for me to say. Hold on.
Okay.
I got 2 brand new pieces for you. If I become a if the first is called "If I Become a Buddhist Monk in Nepal." I admit I couldn't cut it as a Buddhist monk, but to chuck everything and move to Thailand or Nepal, I think Nepal is choice number 1. I certainly can survive a period of some silence. Maybe I could get a doctor's note from my shrink or find a reformed Buddhist order. To live the life of a Buddhist monk sounds like a wonderful idea, but I don't think they do 1 or 2 week trials for people who think it's a wonderful idea. I probably won't be allowed to have my iPhone and my iTunes account with all the music I've accomplished from decades of CD purchases. I wonder if Buddhist monks in Nepal are allowed to paint as a hobby. Where would I get the paint and what would I paint on? The thought of doing Tai Chi or something similar daily and gardening on a mountain step sounds like a stressless fantasy. But there would be no cheesecake or mac and cheese or clam chowder or pastrami Reubens or apple fritters. The ingredients for meals would be severely limited, and I might just get healthier in a manner that my cardiologist wouldn't possibly be able to believe. I might learn that I don't need so much stuff, all the stuff that overstuffs my life like a cheap giant stuffed animal, one playing whack-a-mole or shooting targets from a rifle with a bent sight at a county fair. Those stuffed animals are too large for most kids and adults' bedrooms, and the unpremium stuffing is never soft enough for any kind of hugging. Buddhist monks in Nepal don't play whack-a-mole or eat pastrami Reubens or become monks to de-stress. Becoming a monk isn't an idea or a fantasy. Nepalese Buddhist monks don't need an extensive iTunes library or meditate listening to Stevie Wonder or Bossa Nova. Plus, they can't take a road trip to Trader Joe's on a whim. The next poem is called Harvesting. The second year I had a garden. I planted tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, and herbs, and off-brand black trash cans, the ones without wheels, the kind that are cheaper to buy. When plants are planted in containers rather than the ground, certain diseases and pests don't attack them. I drilled holes from the inside about 1.5 inches up around the circumference, then filled the can with a few inches of drainage rocks, then potting soil. Some places marked down bags of soil that have large rips. The trash cans allowed for the roots to sink a yard deep in the soil. The deeper the roots have to grow, the more plentiful the harvest. The dark color warmed the soil to nurture the roots. Each trash can held 4 small seedlings. After planting, I spread free used Starbucks coffee grounds on the soil as both fertilizer and pest repeller. Then there's watering and trimming. Certain plants have to have sucker leaves trimmed so flowers that birth fruits can occur. There's nothing like stuffing of pepper fresh from the garden with rice, onions, and ground lamb seasoned with fresh Cuban oregano, dill, and parsley I grew myself. There's nothing like wedging different colored heirloom tomatoes in a tomato-only salad dressed with just rice vinegar, olive oil, and fresh ground white pepper. There's nothing like filling lunch bags with herbs, sharpening the names of the herbs on the bag, and giving away your bounteous harvest to the neighbors, friends, your doctor, and rabbi. One day I arrived home to find a few plastic grocery bags hanging from the kitchen doorknob, filled with garden fresh okra, green beans, and Brussels sprouts from my next door neighbor. Neighbors sharing their harvest, sharing and sharing alike. There's nothing like it. Thank you. I would like to announce a couple of little events, if that's okay with you. And I'll put them in the thing too. First of all, on the 1st of November is Los Dias de los Muertos, presented by I Publish You, which is Dane Entz's organization. It's going to be hosted by Teza Zomic, and it's going to be different people from different countries around the world and different cultures discussing how they handle death and mourning and all the different kind of traditions in their lives. Then on the 12th of November, I'll be in Pick and Zoom Mix, which is in England, hosted by Gary Huskisson. And I've got several other events you'll see that are coming up in conjunction with the release of my book in December as part of Red or Green Books, which is also publishing Roz's wonderful book. If you haven't seen her cover, oh my Lord. Anyways, thank you very much, everyone. And thank you, La Bruja.
Beautifully done, Generalissimo. Loved it. And you always make me hungry. You know, you always, the way you talk about food, oh my God, it just, and you know, the whole thing, that was very, very interesting. Your first piece as well. I mean, sometimes I feel like, you know, I've taken moments of meditation and have, but yeah, to be a monk, that would be very difficult. So your Instagram is GNRLSMO, right?
Correct.
Okay, so a couple of you are on my story. I'm gonna tag you on the, you know, like I like to capture it. And so you're on my story in the Instagram. And if anybody is on my story and you want that little piece to share, just hit me up and I'll send it to you. So yeah, follow me at La Bruja NYC and check out the stories. And Generalissimo, I'm contributing to that Dia de los Muertos event. I am contributing a song, a video that I made, I filmed, edited, wrote, and my daughter did the makeup. And it was created to help children heal with loss. And it was during the pandemic. So, you know, and for Dia de los Muertos. So I'll be with you. Okay, so now let's see what's good with Ed, the fireman foreman.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. So are we ready?
Yeah, I think we are ready.
All right, let's do this. Hola, bonita. Every freaking night and every freaking day, I will spit poetry in every freaking way, and every freaking day and every freaking night. Thank you freaking much, Sean Marada going light. All right, let's do this. Everyone's all right. Let's get, all right. All right, I got two short pieces all right. This is called Crimson Haze. I love your eyes. You ooze out sexiness. Would it be surprised if I gave you a blazing kiss? Give you an inner sunrise. Let's get lost in the pink mist. I want to give you high tides. Let's get lost in sensational bliss. Your mediocre mood will die. You can cross a jolt off your list. We'll try and try till you splash wild like a fish. Kiss your dissatisfaction goodbye. We'll dance and sprint till we hiss. After, we'll be open like the blue skies. All right, I got another one. All right, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for making everything but blue. All right, here's, you call it Erotic Manifesto. My glazed sugary treat, you are so sweet, down to your feet, engulf your heat. Stress put on delete, holding your love seat, stuck in red concrete. Time went so obsolete, some passionate feast, trying not to overheat, grinding on and on and on repeat. Oh, your red heat, our steamy inner drum beats, our vocals while you beat, hearing your heartbeat while knocking on your window seat, up inside your plump pink sweet, rubbing your soft street, feeling were bittersweet, mouth making tweets, not missing a climactic beat, not trying to be discreet. All I do is flick, lick, and eat. Watch your backseat, passion is so dirty and not neat. Our energy quickly depletes, spasm under sheets as you moan in defeat, making you feel complete in our heavenly orgasmic retreat.
Ooh, yes. Ed, the fireman foreman, putting the heat up on that grill. Thank you, Ed. Poetastic. It got a little spicy. Yes, it did, Lena. Yes, it did. Thank you for sharing. The first one was romantic, and then it got a little bit more erotic. You always deliver the goods, though. Okay. Okay, so I'm doing a suicide round at the end. Suicide round is for the people that are not on the list and want to share tonight. If you are in the chat and want to share, so far I have Lena and Michelle on the suicide round. We are actually going to pop Lena's cherry. She's a little nervous, so we're going to show her some love. But right now we're going to hear from someone that is no stranger to our Thursday night online open mic, Michael Sindler.
Yeah, hi everybody. Yeah, there's like a dozen people at least on here who aren't on the list. Let's see some Suicide Squad action here. There's a lot of people who I'd love to hear. As always, I'm going to put out a good word for lighthousewriters.org here in Denver and around the world, which is just an incredible organization. Just can't recommend them highly enough. Putting a bunch of stuff up in the chat. I'll be doing this Why Open Pandora's Box on Sunday, which looks like it's going to be a neat event. Also with some familiar faces. I'll be with La Bruja and Ryan and various other people on the first at the Celebrate the Dead, and I'll also be doing Like a Blot from the Blue out of Scotland on the 7th, which should be pretty fun too. That being said, yeah, I really do want to leave some time. I want people to go ahead and get on the Suicide Squad, so I'm just going to do a couple quickies. This first one, unless you're using the little titles going by, you'll pretty much be able to figure this out. It's called Gravel. Gravel rattles off tongue into air, floats, defying physics. Tap, 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 trickle, falls onto microphone. Pattern chatter, clacking stone sentence structure, stacked cairns of syllables, rough sandpaper surface, polished, cracked, time-packed, sedimentary surfaces, piled pebble puzzles, layer after layer of shattered glowing geodes, exposing crystal pattern symmetry and simile, mind ore of allegory bouncing into ears and building bridges. And the second one is a tribute. It's called Mothers. My mother washed and reused tinfoil because that's what her mother did. My mother cooked all kinds of food her mother would never allow. My mother didn't have two sets of dishes, two separate sets of pots and pans. My mother didn't keep her kitchen kosher, didn't do the things the way her mother did. But she used many of the things she learned watching her mother labor at the stove, cooking with thrift and skill and love. My mother served many of those dishes her mother made in that simple kitchen in the heart of the Depression, when it took all she had to keep a family fed. Later, when her mother came to dinner, she basked in the older woman's praise, a dutiful daughter despite the differences. My mother saved more than tinfoil. She saved a kitchen full of love and joy that her mother had bestowed upon her. And a bit of that was carried down to me. Okay, thank you all very much. Let's get down with the rest.
Thank you, Michael Sindler. and that poem, you know, and to the mothers, you know, so blessed. You captured it beautifully. And okay, we will continue to move on. And let's hear now from Abraham Kamani.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. So I got 2 pieces for y'all. New shit. Keep it in, keep the bullshit out. So the first one is called Sex Game. Don't get too excited. Sex is not meant to be a sport played on a field or on a court. Penises should not pretend to be baseball bats stepping up to the plate, swinging at all the cats. Vaginas are not bases begging to be stolen by runners sliding inside when the opportunity is open. Dicks need not be held like footballs being thrown from quarterbacks to wide receivers going deep into the end zone. Pussies must not be treated as if they are field goal posts used by kickers to boot their balls from afar, scoring the right to both. Asses will not become rims with nets for every dunker to score an easy bucket, slamming his balls louder than thunder. Buns cannot be passed around from one wiener to the next until a player gives a shot for the win with a second left. Sex is not a league where pros play the game until they retire and be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Be careful who you choose to give away your flesh. If in the wrong hands, it can lead to your death. Sex game over. That's the first one. Second one is called penis, but the last 2 letters of that is in parentheses. So I'm talking about a pen and a penis at the same time. My pen is a penis, long, erected, and black, oozing ink from the tip, sharp as a tack, piercing your crispy lined flesh with smooth strokes past your margin, taking a very deep breath when you feel my pen enlarging. Inside your former virgin pages, eternally lost in every letter, printed with bold underlined phrases, making you redder and redder. My penis is a pen, baking homemade cream pies inside your steamy oven, blazing up the skies, composing #1 hits held tightly in your palm, rubbing lyrics on your lips like a stick of balm, breaking every record in pieces when I climb up your chart. With each track my penis releases secreted notes into your heart. My pen is a penis with celestial Milky Way bars, reaching the ears of Venus all the way from Mars, writing the solar system transit, paid to spit a fire verse on 8 other planets beyond the realm of Earth. My penis is a pen, never running out of ink. From this bottle of gin comes an intoxicating drink. The potency of my odor will be your sole ambition to never again be sober after loosening your inhibition. My pen is a penis, my penis is a pen, with fluid pouring seamless thoughts on your skin. End of the piece.
Ooh, ho, ho, Abraham Kamani. Rosalind said it. That was super clever. And all the double entendres Jeff Cottrell appreciated. That was fire. Good new shit from Abraham Kamani. You did that. You did that.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at The Righteous Poet, spelled WRITEOUS, and also The Black Scholar Poet. I'll put it in the chat. Thank you again, LaBruja.
Thank you, Abraham. You brought it. Okay, Abraham Kamani just did his thing. I don't think I'm ever going to look at my pen the same way. Jeff Cottrell is in the building. What's good, Jeff?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I've got a gig next weekend, the 30th, at Brownstone Poets in Brooklyn. That's just a short subway ride from the New Eurekan, and on Zoom it's even quicker. So really, you should all go. And my novel, I'm planning a Zoom launch for my novel. I'm aiming for December 4th, but that's not set in stone yet. And there'll be lots of fun opening acts for that. So my thing. Here's a bit of a Halloweeny piece. It's about a popular piece of editing advice. Murder your darlings. Murder your darlings. This is the advice that many writing teachers give you. It's an old standard. If you like the scene or the line or the paragraph, but removing it would improve the whole, then cut it. No matter how good it is, cut it. Murder your darlings. The best editing advice you can get. I always murder my darlings. That's how dedicated I am. I love my darlings. I love them with the intensity of a devoted parent, with the passion of a young newlywed. I hate to murder them, but murder them I must for the good of the whole. The first time is always the hardest. You struggle with the raging guilt and the pounding heartbreak. You say, what a lovely darling this is. How can I bring myself to destroy such a beautiful thing? What madness is this? Dear God in heaven, what am I doing? But you know the job must be done, and you do it, but hesitantly, carelessly, sloppily. And then the time comes again, and you dread it. You dread it as you do the euthanasia of an adorable puppy dog stricken with the plague. But it's easier the second time, and it gets even easier after that. And you get into the practice, into the habit, and you even look forward to the rush it brings. It becomes an inexplicable urge, an unquenchable addiction to murder your darlings. In writing, I mean. Over the years, I've developed a special routine, all my own, of murdering my darlings. I don't like to get it over with quick. Sure, they say, your darlings are just as dead after you do it the fast way as they are after the labored way. But the fast way doesn't suit me. It's too simple, too impersonal. Murdering your darlings should be an art form. It should be something planned, thought through, and greedily relished. See, I don't murder my darlings right away. I like to torture them first. I lean over and I whisper with the delicacy of a sensitive lover, darling, forgive me, but you've been naughty, and now the time has come to punish you for it. What shall it be, darling? Would you care to taste the sting of jagged steel slowly sawing through your flesh, or smell the burning of your skin as I apply red-hot metal irons into it? Or what about the slow, wrenching pain that poison brings as it plays havoc with your insides? Tell me, and I shall deliver it like the angel of agony. And from there, nothing can keep me from my mission, not the guilt, not the screams, not the begging, not even the bargaining. And as they suffer, I laugh and regret nothing. I extinguish the last of their hope that I may reconsider, that I may turn back, as I make my final preparations to murder my darlings. In writing, this is all an extended metaphor, of course. Before I commit the deed, I take one last look into their eyes, and as they whimper, as they moan, as they beg me to spare them, I say, shh, darling, the time has come. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in heaven or hell or just eternal limbo? Wherever you believe you're going, it's time to prepare. Time to pack your bags and drop the kids off with your neighbors. Time to check in your luggage and get your passport scanned and obtain the boarding pass. Time to walk through the metal detector. Time to sit in the gate lounge, kill time by reading a book, maybe browse the magazine shop for a while, buy a glass of wine at the bar, maybe two, use the restroom one last time. Where was I going with this? And where are you all going? Come back here. I have not finished my seminar. I still have yet to discuss the best choice of weapons and what mop to use to clean up. Oh, great. Here come the security fellows, as always. Why? Tell me, why do I always get banned from these literary festivals? Damn millennial snowflakes, always getting triggered by the slight. Well, at least I still have my darlings. And when I get home tonight, my darlings will pay twofold. I look forward to the slashing and the burning and the beautiful damage to be done. With enough cruelty and sadism, I suppose I could trim my novel by another 50 pages, maybe even 60, 75. Let's tear and rend those words into oblivion. Murder your darlings. That was a fun little writing advice called Murder Your Darlings.
That was really, I love the drama and, you know, just how you delivered it.
Cheers. I'm putting the links to my events and stuff in the chat, as I should.
Wonderful. That was super theatrical. Had that whole thespian feel, you know. My brother Testostocles, what news? You know what I'm saying? Like you had me. You had me.
I remember that line. Yes, that was in Euripides, wasn't it? The Aeschylus.
Euripides nuts. I'm sorry. Yes. JeffCottrell.com. Jeff Cottrell. Follow Jeff Cottrell. Your mind is a labyrinth, Jeff. Good shit. Okay, I see Nicholas Correa is not in the room. Unmesh Mohidkar from India didn't make it in, but Anthony Miziano is here.
I am.
You are.
I actually, they're hiding in, I'm sorry. I have them here. I've locked them in my closet. I'm not letting them out. They're too good, and I don't like the competition, so they've been eliminated. I apologize to anyone who I eliminate next week, but I want you to know that my closet has padding in it because I sometimes record audio in there, so it's cushy and foamy on the sides. Okay. So tonight's piece is called Dear Maggie Smith. Dear Maggie Smith, when I was 6, I saw Hook in theaters. You played Grandma Wendy, and I thought you were the oldest lady in the world. I'd never seen a lady as old as you. Now I'm 36, and you're still in shit. What's your secret? Dear Angela Lansbury, when I was 6, I saw an episode of Murder, She Wrote. You played an old lady who wrote books and solved crimes. I was 6, and you were already 7 seasons in playing this old lady. Now I'm 36, and you're still in shit. What's your secret? Dear Queen Elizabeth II, you had a little boy named Charles, who one day, when you died, would grow up to become the King of England. Now, he's a really old man with white hair. Are you in an English lady coven with Maggie Smith and Angela Lansbury? Thank you.
Yo, you had me crying. That was so funny, Anthony. You're so funny. Oh man, I hope somebody writes a poem like that about me. Like, you're still in shit.
You're still doing shit.
That's fucking hot.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Howdy,
Suicide
Anthony.
Squad.
Let them know how to follow you. And then we're gonna go into our suicide round. And
It's in the chat. Suicide, go.
Okay. All right. Well, a lot of people were absent today. If there's anybody in the chat that hasn't gone and would like to go, let me know. Lena is going to go first. So you know what? Because we have time, I'm not going to put the time constraints that I usually do on the suicide round. And I know Ron said, you know, suicide sounds a little bit sad. me being a suicide attempt survivor, I like to give it, a different spin. And plus, a lot of people say that they would rather die than actually read or perform in front of people. So it's like a death that you survive, and it's good to be alive, and it's to die for. It's delicious. So, Lena, we are going to pop Lena's cherry. Lena, where are you?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you. You want me to sing the Pop the Cherry song for you?
Yes.
Okay, Lena, I know you're nervous, but this is going to be great. We're all supporting you. We going to pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. Pop, pop the cherry, baby. Pop. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, Lena Lopez Figueroa.
Yee! Okay, so I just wanted to tell you something. I'm also a suicide survivor, so that means a lot what you said. So snaps to that. It's a great time to be alive. And so I'm actually Adriana's sister. She got me in this, so I've been just hanging out, listening to everybody, and yeah, this is my first time. I'm so nervous, so if I mess up, I'm so sorry. Okay, can you still hear me, right? Okay, perfect. So this poem is called One Pulse. It's dedicated to the Pulse tragedy that happened here in Orlando, Florida. That's where I'm at. A lot of the people that passed away were my friends. So this really hits home. I never told anybody this poem, but I decided to share it tonight because all you beautiful people. So you guys will be the first to hear it besides my husband. So One Pulse. The night you went to dance, you ended up in paradise. It's been so long, but it still feels like yesterday I saw your beautiful faces smiling back at me, looking at the future that would never be because a monster who had his own demon as an enemy. I thought hate would fix these emotions, but I only felt sadness. Sadness beyond a thunderstorm brewing in the distance. Lightning striking within the clouds, but never being seen. A sadness that could turn into hate, but I have no hate in my bones. We will choose love over and over, and we will not throw stones. Your names and faces are forever etched in my mind and in my heart. I won't look hard to search and find. Your beautiful souls are forever free now, no chains holding you down. And now you can dance beyond your wildest dreams. Gone but never forgotten. One love, one pulse, Orlando strong.
Wow, Lena, that was tremendous and beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's hard not to get emotional, but we have been pushing and we will not tolerate hate, and love is love. And that's what I teach my kids, and that's what I stand for. So
wow, you
guys,
did
thank you so much for giving
feel
me the
it.
opportunity.
You did it, Lena. You should feel so proud of yourself, and that you are sharing a message of love and teaching children to love, because that is so important, because hate is what they are taught. Hate is taught. So
Yes,
when we can
I agree.
conquer that and teach love, we change the world. You
Amen.
did it, Lena.
Thank
And
you guys.
yes, my condolences. All your friends in heaven heard your poem and feel you.
Yes. And we will not let hate win.
Lena, you did that. Adriana's sister, apparently, their sisters, sisterly love. I put you on my story, Lena, so if you want a little bit of that snippet, you let me know. So great. Okay. Michelle Ortiz is going to go next. And I see that the withdrawn has gotten into the room. So we'll go to the withdrawn Nicholas Correa after Michelle Ortiz.
Hi everyone. Okay, so just to let you know, I almost forgot about open mic, but then I realized I got the ticket, so I was like, okay, I have to come. So I was already in bed, so my hair is wrapped, but I've come already. Y'all feel like family, so y'all just gonna have to see me like this, and y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let's go. Oh, also, new shit, like real new shit, like finished like 10 minutes ago, new shit. So like bear with me, because it might be rocky. Okay. Ooh, wrong page. Ha. My mother does not like going out. She a whole homebody, can stay home all day, whether it be snuggled up under blankets she's turned burrito or sitting on our balcony marveling at the sun's ethereal heat. Her favorite thing in the world is to watch her children eat the food she's prepared, listening to the way food fills up so much silence, gives us a little wiggle room to indulge in our senses. So she does not like when we are out, when food is left uneaten, when mouths are left empty, when silence is left bare, like screams rattling the glass house she's constructed a fortress around. My mother has 3 girls. My oldest sister loves to cook. She takes pride in the way her hands can concoct spells made out of sofrito and cilantro that leave you wanting more. My second oldest sister is a mad scientist in the kitchen. Things explode, but she gets the job done. And I am still learning to fill space without words, to fill mouths without thoughts. My mother treats every meal like a love letter, every ingredient like a vow of protection. So when she sets the food in front of us and forks begin to clatter and teeth begin to chew, I wonder if she wonders that maybe if she keeps us here, mouths full, mind engulfed in the flavors she's so intricately woven, then maybe the temples she praises will never be entered without permission. Maybe if she shows her skills with fire and knives, wolves disguised in sheep's clothing will run scarce. There's a statistic that says 1 in 4 women will be sexually abused by someone they know. So in a home of 4 women, when the topic of sexual violence comes up, we tiptoe around it like a smoking gun, knowing full well our kitchen table be keeping score of all the rounds of Russian roulette we've been forced into. So when my mother cooks, my sisters and I have learned to eat until we are full and then ask for seconds. Because when the food runs out and mouths are left empty and silence is no longer an option, we are left with the fact that we are women of soil and sun, women of curls and kinks, women of rhythm and sazon, women born of warriors, surviving a white privileged patriarchal ass world. And that is some scary shit. No, that is some powerful shit. That is some revolutionary type shit. And we who should be preyed upon are preyed upon because like every meal my mother makes, we are perfection. You are perfection. So I'm sorry that the simple-minded men who have crossed your path did not know how to handle glory, that they preyed on the curves and grooves they should have praised. So come, sit, allow me to prepare you a meal and let me know when you are ready for seconds. I promise I'll be here when the food runs out. Thank you.
Oh man, Michelle! Yo. Oh man, I don't even have words. That was just super, super powerful, delicious new shit, profound, fucking raw, realness. You brought it, you did it.
Thank you.
Wow, you should feel so proud. You did that shit and we were here for it, to witness it. Michelle Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
Yo, let them know how to follow you if you want, and then we're gonna go to the withdrawn. But thank you so much for
I don't have social media, but I'll be here on Thursdays if I don't have work.
Yay! Great. I look forward to seeing you and hearing you again, Michelle.
Thank you.
You got it, yo. Don't you ever stop.
Thank you.
Okay, so Nicholas Correa, the withdrawn. He started some heat last week, so I had to speak on it. But he's here in the room.
It's good, Queen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I literally just got home from an in-person.
From a what?
An in-person open mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how you
Yeah,
live
so
it?
now I'm coming here. Yeah, so I'm
Got a
like,
double header, boo. Double header.
yeah, I just wanna. I'm not gonna perform. I wanna lay on the floor and just enjoy the space that y'all are all taking up. I met a lot of dope people tonight, and I just feel really grateful. And I everybody I come across, I tell them about the fucking New York because I fucking love this place. I fucking love you. I fucking love all of y'all. And life is fucking beautiful. And God bless all of you. That's what I got for today. So thank you.
Thank you. A message of love from our very own The Withdrawn. I could feel it. I feel your energy. I feel it. And it is so
Literally on the floor.
yeah, lay on the floor, boo. Go ahead. Roll around. Roll around.
I love you.
I love you too. You know, this vibe that we got is just, it's the truth. And sometimes the truth is hard for people to handle. And, and when you just are able to sit with it, that's that shadow work that we do. We sit with that truth, no matter how painful it is, and we make it into something beautiful. We talked about the suicide round and why I chose to call it the suicide round, and being a suicide attempt survivor. And Lena, disclosed that, that touched her heart too. Sometimes we think the world is better without us, or sometimes we feel like we are not of this world because we feel too deeply. And, but when we survive it and find the reasons to live, it just, I hope that it inspires those out there that are in darkness to see light in the work that we're doing and what we're sharing, because life is worth living and growing older is a privilege, and I think, man, enjoy. There's so much love out there. And if you don't give love, you got to give love. You got to give love. Always give love, and love will return, maybe not right away, not in the ways that you expect, but love always returns. Love will always win. Thank you, Josie.
Preach.
Yes.
I also want to throw in one more last thing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I want every single one of you to own your truths. I had a coworker today who tried to roast me about the fact that I see a therapist, and I put him in his place. And I own that shit. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing to be ashamed about. And they use the OCD term very loosely, and I had to inform them about what it is, what it isn't, how they were contributing to the stigma and how ignorant it was. And I was upset. So I kind of got on myself about how I reacted to it, but you still learn from that reaction. But yeah, it's just wow. There's a lot to learn, for me to learn still, for other people to learn. And, ignorance is around, but we can't let that change our hearts. So, own your truths, yeah. And, I love you. Man,
you did that. It takes courage, it takes a lot of courage to stand up to ignorance, to people like that. So, you're changing the world just one day at a time. And ain't that some beautiful shit right there?
Outside. Beautiful shit.
Beautiful shit. All right. Well, we've got a little bit more time. If there's anybody that's in the chat that has not gone and would like to share, let me know right now. Otherwise, I'm going to start reading some shit. I don't know if Advocate is still here, but he was with us for a little while. And I want to shout him out. Advocate of Words, the Monday night open mic host who does he does the hybrid events. He's always pushing. And now he's making it some international shit. You want to hear me read, Julia? Okay. Well, this is some new shit. And it was just an inspiration. And I was thinking of it musically. It's called Maybe. Maybe I missed the boat. Maybe I was never on the right pier. Maybe I was hurt by the right people, even though they left me crying the wrong tears. Maybe every road that I crossed was meant so I could stand right here. Maybe it's the path that was destined and it was just a hope that you'd be here. Maybe I shouldn't ask all these questions and I should convince myself I don't care. Maybe the path is just destined and it was just a hope that you'd be here. Maybe. Okay, that was fresh spanking new shit. That's the first time you hear me, Bo? Oh, damn. Then I let me show you some more. Okay, well, since we have time, I guess I will share. Let's see here. I know that I did Soul of a Nation and it was well received. I won't do that then today. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe let me do Americano Pie. This one hasn't been heard much. Our Latino resilience has carried us through racist spews of thick-drawled hatred in fruit field plantations and meat-packed enslavement. With odds stacked, we learned how to fight back. Our elders did not die without teaching us that, while keeping the spirit of those we've lost in this pandemic intact. To awaken in a nation of refuge instead of discarded as refuse, our dreams refused, American nightmares of continued abuse. When the light at the end of the tunnel is blocked by a wall, united we stand, and if we can't stand, we'll crawl past every hateful pitfall. Our collective spirit could never be diminished. We remain on this mission, using strength to transform the division into a land that embraces the innocent and defends helpless victims, awakening to the world to respect our Black, brown, and ally women. We fight to restore order while babies at borders are wrapped in blankets of silver lining. We will use political influence to restore health and housing on these lands. Ancestral hands worked too hard to point out the irony of what had begun dominating our tongues, while we try to understand the roots of Latin words used in America, like e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. But when words don't match actions, the interpretation seems to mean out of many races, one to reign supreme. Our self-respect is connected to something much deeper, this land and its people, where we all are created equal. We will stand up for our rights while keeping our cultures alive and share with the world our recipe for Americano pie. There's that, Americano pie. What else can I share with you? Ooh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Let me see. I have so many different things. This is some shit I have not read, and I wrote this a long time ago, and I was trying to do some, like, it was like a hood rap, and it's called Baby's Baby. And let's see how this one goes. I have not even looked at this, but why not, since we're going in like this? Baby's baby, she's just a baby's baby. She's just a little lady that was raised by a baby. It's hard to comprehend how you're raised by a village and the village ain't your friend. Baby taught herself to eat. She would put herself to sleep. Tried to teach herself to read by the age of 13, labeled ADHD, so she didn't ADD what things were adding up to be, except regarding pregnancy. 1 + 1 makes 3 with the birds and the bees. It was no mystery why the word on the street was how history repeats. Baby's baby born younger, but the cycle was complete. With no way to succeed, she had to make ends meet. Out of hunger, not greed, she'd stand on any street where the men that she would meet fed their predatory needs. Out of hunger, not greed. She wanted to succeed. Baby daddy she don't need, cause no daddy was ever there. Baby act like she don't care. Life ain't been no crystal stair, in and out one ear. So don't tell baby nothing, cause baby know a little something. She learned it from her cousins. That's what she called them. That was what she called them, but they really wasn't. Whew, okay. And the cycle goes in circles. It's a 3-ring circus. This show is closed circuit. Baby learned how to work it. She now slips and slides, hanging on for the ride. It's damn near suicide. But if you ask her, it's the time of her life. Baby's baby, she's just a baby's baby. She's just a little lady that was raised by a baby. It's hard to comprehend how you're raised by a village and the village ain't your friend. Let's take it back about 3 generations of babies raising babies, but baby don't care. Baby fell in love good, just like a Disney book. Prince Charming made baby feel like a babe in the woods. Sadly, baby didn't know. He said he'd stay, but then he would go. Now she finds herself alone, trying to run away from the same mistakes that her mama used to make. Her heart warned her it would break, but that's the chance that you take when your life is at stake. So she got caught shoplifting a pregnancy test from Rite Aid. No money to invest, just wanted to know by Friday. Got caught red-handed. Now she's in jail for 9 days with the homemade weapon that she used, weapon made from what she used to shave. Bought herself more time for fighting with a razor blade. She never made the paper, had no one there to raise her. Hustlers used to praise her, but that's all that they gave her. A cage couldn't enslave her, because a CO that would rape her gave her a pen and paper, so her courage never wavered. She'd write poems in her journal every now and then. She would share her penmanship with a man who shipped her pens, till it was the time to tell her friends that a baby grew within. Baby's baby, she's just a baby's baby. She's just a little lady that was raised by a baby. It's hard to comprehend how you're raised by a village and the village ain't your friend. Baby got out, but no one's there for the rescue. So she went with the next dude, got caught drowning in a sex pool. Another clone in a test tube to gain some revenue. And to conclude, baby's baby is having another baby with the next dude, another little lady that the world will be persuading that she's right for the making, even riper for the taking. Meanwhile, baby senior was grandma before she started aging, making 3 generations with the same reputation, not one with revelations on how to break the chains yet. A world between forget and regret. Washed up deadbeat dad of 3, told to pay his child support, but he couldn't. Had the hots for a spot where he copped his heroin, fiending for a feeling that had come before everyone. And then we are really a product of our environment. Human circuitry really needs some rewiring, because legal crooks been between the cracks, continuing their conspiring. Our youth is disappearing at the hands of violence. Baby's baby, she's just a baby's baby. She's just a little lady that was raised by a baby. It's hard to comprehend how you're raised by a village, but the village ain't your friend. Thank you. But this village right here, this village right here, we nurture love, life, light, and everything that's just right with the world. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We'll do it again next week. Keep writing that hot new shit fire. And hit me up if you need me. Peace, y'all. One love.